Hey there, everybody. I just wanted to come on here and share 10 tips for moving. Now, this is, whether you are renting or buying a house. If you're buying a house, congratulations. That is not the route I took. I took the renting route because that's what I could afford. And there's positives and negatives to both. I'm not going to deny, but you were able to watch some of my moving experience through my moving vlogs or sort of my video that showed emotionally how I was able to handle all that. But I wanted to come on here and share some of my thoughts, tips, things that I wish I would have known about or followed or worked through that I think had I known about beforehand, it may have helped a little bit more, but ultimately you're going to make it. That's the first thing I want to say. Now, number one is make sure you're ready. Now, this comes from a weird spot because not everybody is privileged enough to live at home. Some people, as soon as you turn 18, your parents may be like, listen, you got to move out. Other people, they can live at home as long as they want to. I was lucky enough that my parents were like, hey, you want to live at home? That's fine. We need you to chip in a little bit. But I was able to move. They never pushed me out. I decided that I needed to sort of live on my own and be my own person. It's driving me crazy a little bit, but that's pretty normal. But ultimately what I'm saying is just make sure that you are ready to move. And if you are sort of in that forced position to move out, just roll with the punches. It's going to be fine. Number two is one that I wish I would have known about. Everybody, for some reason, everybody wants a piece of the action. You moving is the moneymaker of the month. For whatever reason, everybody's going to want a security deposit and things are going to go up in price and this and that. And it's just, there's a lot of secret money that is going to disappear that you didn't realize was going to be part of this entire situation. You may start off going, okay, I have after the security deposit and the rent for the first month or first 2 months, I'll have $1,000 to play with, start to get the apartment set up a little bit. And boy, you want cable, security deposit. Oh, you want electricity, security deposit. You want water and sewage, security deposit. We're setting up trash for you, security deposit. It's the weirdest thing. My credit score is pretty decent, and for whatever reason, they just security deposit all around. My credit was good enough that I shouldn't need one, and they were like, yeah, security deposit. For most of these, you'll get them back after about 16 months of normal payment. But at that point, you're like, man, I could have used it when I was first moving in. So that's something that they do, a lot of these companies do. That's pretty crooked, but there's no way around it. So just plan the money ahead of time and you'll be good. Number three, another thing that everybody has is an opinion. But I need you to understand it's just an opinion. Now, opinions can shape us and mold us, and sometimes they can hinder us. People are going to tell you how you should decorate and design and how you want to have your apartment, who you should go with, what you should change. And those are all helpful tips, tools. I'm here telling you my opinion. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what you want matters the most. It matters more than what my opinion is. It matters more than all of that. I may do things that you won't do, and you may do things that I wouldn't do, and we have to respect each other for that reason. But there's going to be plenty of people that will not respect that, and you just sort of have to brush it off. Just deal with it. Number four, and yeah, this is an opinion. I'm giving you an opinion, and you may be required to get this, but I think it's almost, in my opinion, I think it's dumb not to have it. But most leases will probably require you to have renter's insurance. It doesn't make sense why you wouldn't have it. It's not universally required, like car insurance would be, but it's so cheap. I'll completely tell you, for 1 year of coverage, and I think it covers $6,000 of damage or whatever. It was $106, and that's not bad. And that's $106 every single year. And they don't split it up into months or anything. It's excellent. So I'm super happy that I have renter's insurance. Like I said, a lot of places are going to probably require you to get it, but I think even if they don't require you, you should get it. It's smart. Number five, make sure that the place that you're getting is something that you're happy with and that it's in the correct price range. So many places, people freak out and they go, if I don't get this place that's so nice, like I won't have it and then I'll be homeless. It's like, just wait a second, check out the place, see if it's the right price. There's sometimes I'll be scrolling through Facebook and I'll see something and I'll just like sort of internally laugh, or I'll go, and it's like, this is so overpriced. It doesn't include this or this or this. It's this amount of bedrooms and this amount of bathrooms, and it's this much. Like, this is a ripoff. Like, and it takes time to find the right one. I was looking for like 2 years, and I finally found it, and I was happy with it. But it takes time. So just make sure that you're happy with it. Happy with the price, happy with the location, all this. Try and think of it all, because it could bite you in the end. Number 6, you will never be moved in on the first day. Even if you move everything from one place to the other on the first day, you will never be moved in on the first day. It's just not how it works. You'll have a whole bunch of boxes, but don't ever feel like, oh, I'm not getting enough done. Even if it's in the first week or the first 2 weeks or the first month, like, you are getting stuff. Look, there's some boxes right over there. Guess what? I'll get to them when I get to them. What's the rush? The only thing I really need this space for right here is a Christmas tree, which will not happen until Christmas. But I mean, like, listen, there's no rush. It's my place. So don't worry, like, oh, I have all these boxes. Yeah, guess what? You will. And you're going to want to make some progress. I'm not saying, live in squalor for your whole life. But, like, don't worry about it if it's taking a while. It's okay. Number 7 is one that I might be a little hypocritical for, but, maybe not. Save everything you can. Save every penny. Don't eat out certain days. Start eating in more. Make more food at home. And try and get things for free that maybe aren't completely your style, over buying something that's going to be expensive. Now, I didn't do this all the time. There were many times where I was like, no, I need something to be correct, and I went out of my way to buy it. I needed to have it. It wasn't the best decision all the time, but what is the best decision all the time? Number 8, don't be afraid to ask for help. Something else that I struggled with. I always felt like I was bothering people. I had to borrow my buddy's truck the one day, and I felt like, man, I'm really like a pain because I need to move this or that, and I don't have like the means to move it. And it was hard. I even didn't have a lot of my friends help out, like moving stuff in, because it was so much stuff and it took so much time, and it was stuff that I didn't want other people to touch. But I know I had friends, Greta and Dalen helped me paint in here, and like that was such a great experience, just hanging out with them and painting and having fun. But also it got the job done when I could have been painting by myself, and it probably would have been super sad and depressing. So take the help from your friends. They are willing to help you. They would love to, and you will do the same for them when they have to move. Number 9. This is a difficult one, but ultimately the house belongs to somebody else. But if something is broken, if something that is a part of the lease needs to be fixed, keep up on it. You can. I've always felt like I was annoying the landlord, and that's fine. He's a really nice guy, but ultimately you have to just be like, hey, listen, I need this fixed, and I'm paying rent here. You are temporarily living here, wherever you are, but ultimately you need to like keep up on it. If something's not right, if you don't think something's safe, keep up on it. Because at the end of the day, it is your stuff. This is where you're living, even though it's their house. And if you are, if you're on the homeowner side of it, it's your problem now. That's there's, like I said, there's positives and negatives. Positives, you got to fix everything yourself if you're a homeowner. But if you are renting, most of the stuff isn't your problem. It's not your fault. So somebody else has to deal with that. And finally, number 10, have fun. This is the beginning of a new journey. I remember, and there was, you could see in some of the vlogs that there were times where I was really, really sad and like, man, this is the end, and like it was just it was hard. It was hard, like, making that transition and understanding that, like, things were about to change. But I knew ultimately that it was going to be for the best. And this time is going to be extremely fun, exciting. It's going to be the best, and it's going to be worth it in the end. So please have fun with it. I'm still trying to do that. But those were my 10 tips. I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button and subscribe and comment what you'd like to see next. We got vlogs coming up. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. And if you haven't checked out my moving vlogs already, there is a playlist down below, and you can check those out. They're pretty good, if I'm being honest. You know, first time moving, and it was fun. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess we'll have to see what we're up to next time. Bye.